why Tracy Mcgrady is one of the most underrated players of all time. When people talk about the all-time greats, there are plenty of names to bring up in the conversation, but there is one player that does not get the credit or attention he deserves, and his name is Tracy Mcgrady. T-Mac is personally one of my favorite players of all time, but I don't think he gets the love that most great players get. Many people think he doesn't even belong in the Hall of Fame, but how could you question if he's worthy? Of course he belongs in the Hall of Fame, but unfortunately, not everyone agrees.
1,000 assists in his career, 15 of those are all in the Hall of Fame. Will he be?
I really don't think so. I know he has the numbers. He was a 7-time All-Star, 7-time All-NBA team. But I don't think so. I think sometimes you can play too long. In his last 5 years, he failed to average over 10 points.
Yeah, but can we punish a guy for injuries? Yeah, if I understand it if it takes away from their career, but he put up the numbers and men has been hurt.
In my opinion, those people sound insane. But thank God there are people out there that appreciate the kind of player he was, like Kobe Bryant, who played against him for many years.
Who's the toughest guy you ever played against?
There's a lot of guys, but the guy that always gave me the most problems actually was Tracy Mcgrady.
Tracy Mcgrady?
Yeah. Tracy McGrady, man. Tracy McGrady with his, he had all the skills and all the athleticism, but he was 6'9", and he was really, really tough to figure out.
And Jeff Van Gundy, who was his head coach when he played for the Houston Rockets.
Your old player? That's a Hall of Fame player. I know whatever social media that's called is going to blow up and say he's not, he is. Incredible. I mean, he was, and for us, Game 7, everyone says, oh, he didn't get out of the first round. Against Utah, my last game before I got fired, 29 points, 13 rebounds, 12 assists. Hall of Famer. I want to add an exclamation point to that. Right.
So by the end of this video, I hope you will realize just how great McGrady was. I'm not going to go too much in depth, but hopefully just enough to convince you that he belongs in the conversation of greatness. His skills and talent at the height of 6'9" was jaw-dropping and was certainly a problem to the other teams. I can't really think of anyone who can shut him down. His length and athleticism made him almost unstoppable. He was the most improved player in 2001, a 7-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA First Team, 3-time All-NBA Second Team, and 2-time back-to-back NBA scoring champion in 02-03 and 03-04, where he averaged 32 points one season, and the following season, 28 points. He also had some of the most crazy in-game dunks I've ever seen. And he was very clutch down the stretch, like when he scored 13 points in 35 seconds versus San Antonio in the last minute of the game, coming out with the victory when most fans thought it was over and left. But with the competitive drive that he had, he knew it wasn't over. Now I know he doesn't have the championships like most Hall of Fame shooting guards have, but in my opinion, if you were to replace Kobe or D-Wade with Tracy and surround him with the team that they had, I believe the same results would have happened in those finals. I remember growing up with my friends in school, and literally all of my friends said that T-Mac was their favorite player. But as the years went by, you don't really hear his name come out of people's mouths that much anymore. I know his last few years were not on par with what most Hall of Famers' last years look like, but that was due to injury. But his first 10 years or so in the league was something special. I don't even think you can name a handful of shooting guards that can match the ability and skill he had, especially at his size. His achievements and accolades might not measure up to the all-time greats, but if you know the game of basketball and can apply an eye test, then you would see why I think he should be praised more. I know the new generation doesn't really know much about McGrady, because a new class of players came in. But if you grew up in the same era that I did, you would know that he is a for sure Hall of Famer. So what about you guys? Do you think Tracy McGrady is underrated and should be in the Hall of Fame? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
McGrady is inside and just hammers one. They both have not done a good job of stopping.